This is what happens when like two undereducated people talk about politics. And shout out to Pierre, because I feel like he had the right heart, you know what I mean? And his heart was in the right place in most of this, but he just didn't know what the fuck he was talking about. He was getting steamrolled against points that are easily, like, you could easily combat them. Like this woman was all over the place. Yeah, and it just goes to show you that you can manipulate anybody who is undereducated enough. You can manipulate them to say the most harmful things about a group that they actually belong to and identify with. It's wild.
Why not?
Look at what feminism has done to our families. You just talking about men no longer in the family. Yeah, because women are all strong and manly, feeling like they don't need a man no more.
So right off the bat, she's trying to say that feminism destroyed the families. Feminism destroyed the families. Not slavery. I mean, we're talking about black people. I would say slavery destroyed the families far before feminism was invented. The economy destroys families. Racism keeps families separated. Sexism. Feminism, no, I don't see that. I mean, feminism can keep families separated, but when the families are separated because of feminism, it's a good thing, right? Here's why. I just saw a video of a woman. I'm going to actually do a video on it later, so I don't want to give it away. But pretty much, when women like discover feminism while in a narcissistic abusive relationship, or a relationship with a narcissist, or they're in a whatever, like they're being mistreated in a relationship by a man, you can blame feminism for that, but that's good. That's good. She used to not be a feminist. She used to think more like this woman. Now she knows that this is abuse, and she's like, wait a minute, I shouldn't be cooking and cleaning and, serving plates of this man every single day, and he not do anything when he comes home from work. Like, that's not my fucking role. What? That's feminism. So yeah, feminism is keeping the families apart to some extent. If you want to blame feminism for that, but really, that would be misogyny that's keeping the family apart, because the woman would be all for staying together if the man wasn't misogynistic and abusing her, right? But you're blaming feminism because feminism taught her that misogyny is wrong. And you're saying, oh, feminism's the problem. No, it was misogyny the whole time.
When they done broke down their sons and got their sons around here talking about they want to be women, the man need to be back in the home.
Where do men say they want to be women? I mean, Pierre, stand up. I would have cooked this lady.
But why did the men leave? Because they spineless.
Yeah.
So you believe that?
I'm voting for
She
Trump
believes
and
that
RFK.
women can't run the country.
No, they can't. Women can barely run their house.
Ooh, you hear that?
Yeah.
Women can barely run their house. Interesting. All the CEOs, the female CEOs, all the companies that are ran by women who have higher profit margins than the companies ran by men, all the countries ran by women that, fared better under COVID than the countries ran by men. Interesting that she thinks that a woman can't run a country. You do know that there are women running countries currently, right? And those countries are doing fucking great comparatively.
In the comments.
Get mad about it. I don't care. It's the honest to God truth. I've raised.
She mean a black woman can't run a country. I know she a black woman, but listen to what she said. I think she's saying a black woman can't run a country. There's plenty of white women running country. Plenty of them. There should be more, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. A part of me thinks that she's even saying black women can't run a country. I don't know. She's so goddamn anti-black and has this internalized misogyny, I wouldn't put it past her.
5 children. If it takes a man and a woman to make a baby,
Right.
right? Because
Okay.
women don't get pregnant on their own.
Okay.
Then obviously something should tell us that it should take a man and a woman to balance that child out, to raise that child.
Right.
That child
I thought it takes a village to raise a child.
needs half, 50-50, right?
Right, sure.
So we've messed up somewhere along the line.
Many men have
and
left.
are we blaming men for leaving?
Well, listen,
I mean, if
some reasons there
hold
are.
on, but if I'm a
Some-
woman, I'm liberated by freedom of choice, right? If I don't want the baby, I get to kill the baby, right? And I get.
It's not a baby, it's a fetus. And this isn't the same because that is your body, ma'am. So, ma'am, if you were dying because of the baby was literally killing you, right? Would you not abort it? Would you not abort the fetus? I'm 100% sure you would be like, yes, abort it, get it up out of me, right? If you had a man, a husband, right? The husband is choosing the mother of the child over the mother 100% of the time. In this instance, not a child that's here already, right? That already has a history and a future and a present. That is a baby. That is a child. That is a person. Right? But a fetus, which doesn't have a past, a present, and only a future, that's not a baby. That's not like what, like, I'm sorry. I know it's life. It's living. It's living inside of another human being, the woman. But if she needs to get rid of that fetus, she should be allowed to get rid of it. I don't give a fuck what the man thinks. If she doesn't want to get rid of it because she doesn't want to go through an abortion, also don't give a fuck. The man shouldn't have any say so. And he shouldn't be able to walk away. He gave up his rights once he laid down with that woman. He gave up his rights. He has no more rights to her body at that point. None whatsoever.
Praise for it. But if a man don't want a baby and he don't want the baby, I get to kill the baby, right? And I get praise for it. But if a man.
Nobody is praising women for getting abortions. We're just not shaming them. We shouldn't shame women for getting an abortion. I don't praise a woman for getting an abortion either. The same way I don't praise a woman for getting surgery on her pinky toe. Like, what are you talking about?
Don't want a baby and he walk away, then all of a sudden he a dead.
Ain't nobody praising nobody
all of
getting
a sudden,
abortion.
wait a minute, hold on. No, they are. No, they are.
Where?
Exactly, Pierre. Where are people praising women for getting abortions? She's just lying.
Advocating for, they shouting out their abortion.
No,
Look up.
Shouting out their abortions. The women who got abortions are shouting out the fact that they got an abortion. They can be happy with that decision. I wouldn't expect them to not be happy with that decision. They made the decision. I would hope they were happy with the decision. Because it's not evil or anything like that. I would hope that if they did it, my hope is afterwards they feel no ill feelings whatsoever. I hope that they come out of the clinic and they're like, yes, got that taken care of. Let's eat lunch. That's how I want, that's what I hope for them. Why would I want them to, why would I want that shit to linger or some shit like that? Like, what the fuck?
No, they shout out your abortion and they paying for it. But if a man doesn't want the baby, then he a deadbeat, or you good to go lock him up, put him in jail.
Absolutely. If he don't provide for that baby, lock his ass up.
Drag him every month with a child abandonment warrant. The government makes a man be responsible for the life that he.
They don't. The government doesn't make men responsible because the vast majority of men are not responsible for their children. It's just the reality. In the home or out of the home. Come on.
Creates. What about her? She shouldn't be responsible if she makes a child.
Right. And she
gets to go kill the baby if she don't want the baby. Oh, you don't want to talk about.
Lord, the majority of women who get pregnant have the children, and the majority of women who don't have a man they end up being the custodial parent. The majority of women end up being custodial parents out of the two parties. If the two parties decide to split, the majority of the time, women end up being the custodial parent, and they take on the responsibility of raising the child.
What about
the father that wants the baby, right? But she decides she gonna kill the baby just to be spiteful and hurt.
If the fathers want the babies, go get the fucking babies. If the fathers want the babies, go get the fucking babies. If the fathers want the babies, go get the fucking baby. Make that shit into a song. If the daddies want them, go get them. What the hell are you talking about?
The father.
Right.
But we're talking about equality.
So she expects me to believe that conveniently the real daddies in the world are the ones who had babies with women or who impregnated women who eventually got abortions. That's what I'm getting from this. She trying to sell us on, all these abortions happened and, all them daddies, they really wanted them kids. No. Where are all these daddies at? Is it just bad luck? It just so happened to be the ones from the women who get aborted. Like, no, they don't exist.
The baby is killing the baby. You can't pick and choose when it's okay to kill a baby.
Hold on.
It's not a baby.
Picking and choosing murder to kill somebody. If you're trying to kill me, I'm gonna kill you. But if you're not trying to kill me, I just kill you.
Who the baby trying to kill?
You can pick and choose a lot of stuff.
Who the baby trying to kill?
The woman has a right. It's her body.
The woman shouldn't have a right.
And if a guy leaves,
a black woman shouldn't even want a right to execute her own black baby. First of all,
ma'am, excuse me. Like I said, she got a lot of anti-black. She got a lot of and she got a lot of internalized misogyny.
Trying to kill.
You can pick and choose a lot of stuff.
Who the baby trying to kill?
The woman has a right. It's her body.
The woman shouldn't have a right.
And if a guy leaves,
a black woman shouldn't even want a right to execute her own black baby. First of all, let's go there. Because how you gonna blame white people for white supremacy? But 99% of abortions are not rape.
I know, but the ones that are.
Okay, so you're using one.
Ma'am, what point were you trying to make right there? Why would only non-black women have the right to choose? What are you that's anti that is the fucking definition of what are you talking about?
1% to justify killing 99% that are just pure. Only 1% of abortions are from rape. You okay with killing innocent babies that ain't did nothing? So why we can't kill the person responsible for it? But what you're saying is that child is not deserving of life because of the parent's circumstances. And what I'm saying is everybody that I know was born into a bad circumstance. And over 80% of us are successful. Poverty is not an excuse.
Ma'am, stop lying. 80% of people born into poverty are not successful. You're a liar. Even 80% of your friends, if they were born into poverty, are not successful. Stop lying. That's a lie and a half, and you know it.
Birth control exists. Like pregnancy can be prevented. There's a reason why they promote promiscuity, right? And
who is they? Who promotes promiscuity? Who is they? The same people who overturn Roe v. Wade are also the same people who promote promiscuity?
Promote abortions the way that they do because nobody is walking out of the abortion clinic with the baby's remains. Like when we want to get real down and nasty to what's really going on, I don't know.
Why are you walking out of the hospital when they cut you open and they give you whatever surgery? They cut a mole off. Do they put it in a little jar and give it to you then? I don't understand.
One woman that's left out of the abortion clinic with her baby's remains.
Right.
If you go to the
why would she?
Hospital and you have a miscarriage, right? They'll tell you call the funeral home or whatever. They give you the baby's remains. You go, you have a funeral. If a woman should
that is different.
Have a choice to kill the baby when she don't want it, a man should have a choice to abandon the baby when he don't want it.
Hell,
man, this argument this is one of the craziest arguments I've ever heard in my life. This is a heavy one. I'm sorry, y'all. Yeah, I mean, what can we say about this that doesn't need to be said? It's obvious this woman has problems and issues, but that was crazy. It just goes to I mean, anybody can be anti-black, even black people. Anybody could be misogynistic, even women. And she's both. She's both. She's a threat. She's a threat to black people, black men, and black children and black women.